made it through the PBC card, and was in utter shock that Devin Alexander got screwed in that fight. And so I started the HBO card, and I watched the Chernobyl meltdown fight. What the fuck is up with... let's go to HBO now.
B-Ball first.
Because this is how I make... Yeah, right. B-Ball versus Chernobyl, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. First of all, the biggest thing that I took... My biggest takeaway from that fight was the announcers explaining how Roy Jones was coaching so masterfully of Chernobyl that he was able to make it 12 rounds. They actually said that shit.
Right.
What the fuck?
Well, you know,
look.
Well, B-Ball is their new.
I get
right?
what B-Ball is.
Yeah.
But they don't want to shit on Roy, right? So Max doesn't want to say anything negative to Roy because apparently everybody's got feelings.
And on top of that, when you hype someone up as much as they're hyping up this B-Ball kid,
right? So they have to make Chimera or Chimichurri, whatever the fuck his name is, because we're never going to hear from him again. So Chimichurri's being for those of you who don't know, Chimichurri's cornerman and coach was Roy Jones, and apparently Roy is such a good coach that he was able to keep Chimichurri in the fight for 12 straight rounds. My opinion, Chimichurri just had a strong chin and was able to take abuse for 12 straight rounds because his boxing skills suck dick.
It was the same fight over and over, combination after combination.
It was brutal. I'm like, how did they not throw in the towel? Would have been my question. Chimichurri was never in that fight, dude. Never in that fight. And it was so boring that by round 6, I started to carb crash from my chili dogs, and I started to fall asleep on the couch. And it's early. It's like 9 or 10 o'clock. I'm old. I'm like starting to fall asleep. I'm like, fuck it. I'll watch the rest in the morning. So I go to bed and I wake up. I check in with you to see what time we're recording. And I'm starting to flick through Facebook, and I'm reading the comments online from Fight Net Radio and Kelly King. Big shout out to Kelly King. Does he actually have a real name? Should I look it up? Doesn't really matter. It's whatever you guys put up. They go to fightnetradio.com and they get involved with the conversation like you who listen to this should. And he was commenting about Alvarez, and I'm like, wonder what happened in that main event. I better sit down and watch the rest of this shit. So I get through the rest of the Chimichurri bullshit fight. God, it was awful. God, that's awful. That's just awful. Here's what makes it even more awful. Listening to Max and Jim. At least when Roy's in there, it kind of diffuses the crazy talk a little. But when it's just Max and Jim, like, I'm not even sure that Jim is even trying anymore. Do you get that feeling? Like,
Lee,
Jim
you
is phoning it in.
You guys gotta understand.
He's just reading the script they give him. By the way, Jim, this is the guy we're behind.
Looks bleak for HBO in the sport of boxing. I'm going to say that right now.
By the way, which takes us to the main event of the... Oh, by the way, for those of you who live under a rock, Bivol wins in a landslide and a shutout, which takes us to the main event of the evening. So, your winner of the fight is this dude from Colombia, who up until this point was sort of a ducked fighter. He was, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's ducked by one man.
Well,
Adonis Stevenson.
Well, smartly so. He seems to be the smartest man in boxing.
Now
he's starting to look like a genius at this moment. But hold on. I need to talk about this whole fight for a quick second, right? So, for those of you who don't know, coming into the fight, Eliter Storm Alvarez, 23-0 of Colombia, 11 KOs, beats Sergey the Crusher Kovalev, who is the poster boy for all things HBO. In fact, he's so all things HBO that anybody who fights in the Crusher Kovalev camp is usually getting fights on HBO. All right, we're in the Crusher K business at HBO. In the second round of this fight, Kovalev gets hit Max identifies, I hate to say this, Max identifies it, and Roy Jones identifies it, where Alvarez pops Kovalev with a straight right in the second round, and the look on Kovalev's face changes, and the complexion of the fight changes, but it was correctly identified by both Kellerman and Jones, who at that point were like, there's a problem. So I'm going to give credit to those two assholes for getting it right. There was one person who was drinking the Kool-Aid of Kovalev and sucking the major dick going into that major round. And that is Harold Letterman, who I am making a legitimate plea right here on Fight Net Radio, Andrew. Somebody needs to put a bullet in that old man's head and put him down. No?
What do you want me to say? Yeah, they should know. I mean, what the hell do you want me to say?
Did you, like as a kid, did you read Where the Red Fern Grows or Old Yeller? Did you
yes.
Old Yeller?
Old Yeller. Yeah, I've seen those movies.
Okay, Old Yeller had fucking rabies, right?
He gets bit by a raccoon.
Right. And he's got to be put down by the kid, right?
Yeah. And then the Red Fern isn't that what?
That's the kid with the coon dogs, and the dogs die, and it's shitty. Right. Okay, he's got to put the dog down, who's all cut up, right? Remember that shit? All right. Harold Letterman has been on the planet for 147 years. I don't even know how old he is. He has to be fucking carbon dated at this point. Right? They need to use dinosaur technology.
I had Kovalev winning the fight until that 7th round.
Are you fucking high as a kite?
Oh man, are you serious right now? Bro, he was he was knocking the shit out of this kid. He got tired.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Oh man. Hey. All right. Well,
Alvarez. Okay, first 3 rounds. How did you have the first 3 rounds? Let's go with the easy one. First 3 rounds.
I think I have Kovalev.
Oh my God! I'm gonna have to put a bullet in your fucking head too.
Lee, I'm telling you. And then in rounds what?
You want me to put the bullet in your head before you get married or after?
In rounds 5 and 6, I mean, he's knocking this dude all over the place. It's over, right? And I think he got.
Do you know how much it pains me to say that I agree with Max Kellerman? Do you understand on what level that really bothers me?
That jab bullshit again. I understand that jab things. The jab sets up a lot of other punches, but Kovalev was landing the heavier shots until round.
You know what? I don't think you really liked Klitschko. I don't think you like Klitschko. I don't think you like Larry Holmes. I don't think you like any fighter that throws a jab.
Oh, no. But it doesn't win fights when you're getting...
Yes, it does.
By left hooks and right hands. Sorry.
You're wrong.
No bullshit. I don't think
you and I have both watched Klitschko fights where he doesn't even throw a right hand.
Right hand, though, Lee. He might throw 1 or 2, but when he hits you, it usually makes the guy turn around in a circle. Come on. Listen.
And you're saying Kovalev lost this fight because he was tired? I think he's an old fucking man who got beat up.
Oh, to say that.
Dude, that right hand was tremendous.
He still gets tired. The 6 minutes before that, he's pummeling this dude.
Oh.
And then in the 7th round, both hands are down. His mouthpiece is literally almost hanging out of his mouth. Bam, right hand, down he goes. Watch the tape. His hands aren't up. He gets up. Hands are still down. Mouthpiece, he looks hurt. Right, left, fight over. This was a few minutes of a beatdown. This wasn't, oh no, he built that up for 6 rounds. Hell no. 6 minutes before that, that kid is getting knocked all over the ring. So, I like the win, but it's not like I have this guy, oh yeah, this is my clear-cut favorite now. No, hell no.
Oh no, I'm not saying that I'm officially going to Alvarez fights.
Hey, let me tell you.
Hey. I'm just telling you that it was obvious from round 2 forward how this was going.
Just talked bad about in the last fight, Isaac Shambhala lost to this kid by a majority decision. Sean Pascal, the last fight this guy faced, lost to him by majority decision. These are not highly rated light heavyweights that this guy barely got by. He has 11 knockouts going into this fight. 4 of his last 5 fights have ended by decision, 2 of them majority decisions. His only knockout was to Lucien Boutte, whose best years were at 168.
I'll say it again. I'm not saying that I am sucking Alvarez's dick after this fight.
I didn't say that either. But what I am saying is, what happened last night was out of the ordinary.
What I'm saying, I don't even think it's out of the ordinary. I think Crusher got exposed. Period.
He's old. I don't know.
You think he suddenly got old in the ring? I think he got old in the ring when he fought Andre Ward.
Yeah. Sometimes that mental edge, man. You think you're this, Ivan Drago of boxing, right? You're walking around, I'm going to kill people. You got to remember, you guys, 2 years ago, HBO has this dude pound for pound. He ran.
They had him pound for pound in the last fight.
Ran Hopkins out of the sport. Do you guys remember the 12th round with Kovalev? I love Hopkins to death, but he turned his back and he started running.
It is my opinion with this particular division, there seems to be a lot of antidotes to each fighter. This is a much smarter division of boxers and punchers who are finding ways to beat top guys. That's my opinion of the light heavyweight division.
We need to know who Alvarez is now. Stevenson.
No, we don't. I don't want to see him fight again. I think he should get signed to the PBC and go off into fucking obscurity and fight once a year. I don't want it. Look, here's the problem. HBO is going to make the B-Ball. Yeah, it's going to be Bivol and Alvarez, and I don't care about that fight.
No, because we have the second coming of Andre Ward here soon. Or the third coming?
You know what? We've been talking about this for a while, and they're showing clips of him in camp.
Yeah, come on. You got to Lee, he's sparring.
HBO better back up the fucking Brinks truck to get him to do that because they need a superstar.
As of right now, Andre Ward has 2 opponents. He has the Usyk at the cruiserweight division, just came the fastest cruiserweight undisputed champion overall ever. 15 fights, owns all the titles, is a gold medal winner.
He won the Super Series, right?
Yes, and he's from Vasily's place. Vasily and Klitschko's, right? So he's got a following. He's really big. Andre's got that option before he goes heavyweight, or now you got Alvarez, right? You come back, you got Alvarez sitting here undefeated. HBO's waiting to give him to you on a silver platter because it leads to Bivol. Don't be surprised if Bivol fights Kovalev, right? They do that fight anyways, even though Kovalev looks bad. Let's get one more fight out of the guy. Give him the Bivol. If Ward wants to come back, you'll give him to Alvarez. Now the winners fight each other. HBO prolonged their future a little. But you guys, it doesn't look good for HBO in the future of boxing anymore. ESPN just redid their extension with Top Rank. What is it, 5-year, 7-year deal, Lee? I mean,
yes,
it's over. We're talking about a generation now leaving HBO. And you know how Lee talks about Jim Lampley's mailing it in? This could be the reason. He might see the writing on the wall. There's really nothing left there. And to be honest with you guys, the heavyweight division has taken over the Triple G Canelo fight. If anyone is noticed on boxing right now, the biggest talk in boxing, AJ, Fury, Wilder. That's all we're talking about. September 15th is supposed to be the most anticipated rematch in boxing. Wilder, AJ,
oh, you know why
Fury.
There's no talk about that? It's because...
the drugs.
Yeah, right. No. Canelo Alvarez is a done fighter. Like, he needs to... are we segueing out? Are we done with last night? Should we talk about Devin Farmer and Billy Dibb?
Hey, we knew that one. We were on a good roll. Hey, what?
We didn't get the main event last night. We did not. We
pulled bullshit. We pulled a fighter, went to another country, Australia, where Billy Dibb is from.
Devin Farmer. Look, hold on.
Yes.
We're not on a roll from yesterday. We didn't.
Oh my God, at least.
Okay, hold on. Let's go in order. All right.
All right.
All right. We go to the PBC. Yes, we both picked Andre Berto just because we knew that they'd give him the fight, but he didn't win the